What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to CRÜZR Radio episode number 10. I'm your host, Wesley Hill, joined with my co-host, Mr. Hunter Harris, founder Chad Rice on the microphone tonight, and the man, the mythological creature, Mr. Ed Stewart, is back on the podcast tonight. We're super excited to get to talk to him about all things hunting, how his season's going so far. Lord knows what stories he's going to tell us. And on top of that, if you didn't know, this man has a degree in theology. And I'm super excited to get to ask him some questions about whether or not hunting is biblical and whether or not hunting is a sin. So let's get into it. We're good?
Sounds pretty good through these mics. Yeah, dude. You know.
Yeah.
Be like Charlie Puth and just start putting a bunch of stuff.
That was an E flat.
What?
That's what Charlie
That
Puth
fart.
does. Yeah, it was an
Underwater.
E-flat. It was an E flat and it was an E flat mixed with a C.
He can really do that.
Yeah, it's a legitimate condition.
He can fart in tune.
No. He can tell you the note of anything
to the very specific.
Yeah, the actual term is called perfect pitch.
And he could do it since he was like 9 or 12.
Yeah, my I guess you could say cousin-in-law, the guy that lives in Nashville, he has it. It doesn't matter what you do. He says it bothers the living heck out of him. He said because that's the first thing he thinks of everything he hears. Is what note it is.
So if he hears an annoying sound, he said, boy, I wish that G flat would stop.
Yeah, probably. Straight up.
Apparently these people make very good producers.
They do. Dude, he's talented, man. Charlie Puth.
Is he the one that is in the music industry, you know?
Yeah, Andrew.
He's the one that did our opening song.
Yep.
Intro.
Opening song's done by him. Shout out to Andrew Solomon.
We need to put some vocals to it.
He's got vocals for it already.
I'll do the vocals.
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
The CRÜZR Quartet.
The CRÜZR Quartet. That's pretty good.
We need to find different calibers that harmonize together.
That'd be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or we can do fart noises.
We can.
Can you give me a B minor and a fart?
Who's farting in lead?
Who's farting soprano?
Yeah, I was just saying that.
I'll fart the backup.
You need to go bass fart.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, my
I
God.
need to knock it
My
off.
little girl, I do it all the time and I always blame her. Now she's got to where she does it and she thinks it's hilarious.
For real?
Yeah, dude. She fired like 6 off in a row the other day. Just like, I'm like, this kid can fart on command.
To this
That's
day.
hilarious.
That's my son. My son, he bent down and we bought a puppy. Then he bent down and picked it up and was like,
I call him out.
Was that you?
I call him out, man.
I do too. I said, was that you? And he looked back at me laughing. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, my wife's always looking at me like,
Oh, my wife, yeah, she hates it, dude.
and honey,
I'm like, babe, there's more room out than there is in. I'm letting it go.
Honey always goes, Dad.
I don't care where I'm at. If I got to turn one loose,
Oh,
I gotta
yeah.
turn one loose.
Yeah.
Dude,
You have to. You can put the silencer on it. But it's got to come out.
Yeah, I have almost completely mastered the silent fart. This is a true story. It's a true story.
Until everybody's like,
Yeah. Now,
someone shart their
Now,
pants.
Are you recording this?
Yeah, he's being recorded.
we
right
started?
Now. Yeah, we
Okay.
started.
This is ridiculous.
I am nice enough that if I know I'm having some rotten gut issues, I'll be polite to those around me if I'm in my...
Like, give them like a,
Yeah.
fix to
I'll be
fire
like-
one
I'll
off.
be like, hey.
Plug them nostrils. It's coming out.
Yeah, plug the nostrils, people. Time to go.
Oh,
Have you
my
ever,
gosh.
I forget who asked me it, but it was like, would you rather only fart really loud and
I
you
like.
can't smell it, or you fart and no
So-
one hears it, but everyone smells
No,
it?
I
Have
like-
you heard about this?
I like hearing it. So you can like really.
Oh, I love to let my wife hear it, you know. But
I
have
do
you
too,
heard?
'cause
Have
it
you heard?
pisses 'em
Have you
off.
have you heard that like after you gut a deer, like all of your farts afterwards for a while start to smell
Smell it.
like
You know, I've thought that.
the cavity of the guts of the deer?
I don't know if I
I've
believe
thought
that.
that.
There's a lot of people that are like, they have. I
It's
don't
got
know
a
what you would
smell.
call that.
It's
but
got a
like
very distinct smell.
But it's not like a poop smell.
No, but there are people out there who are like, man, I just gutted a deer. My fart smells just like the
I
guts
don't-
of this deer.
Why
Listen,
would you think that? That would not be
So-
like. I ain't like.
No, but I'm saying like after you gut a deer, there's distinct sound.
I do believe that theory.
Have y'all heard of this? You never heard of this?
Deer
Okay.
gut and fart smell.
What?
No,
So-
but I'm
No,
dead
dude,
serious.
I honestly think you're right a little bit. Because the last time I gutted a deer with Terry, dude. Like I let one rip, bro, and I was like, that smells familiar. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that tank smells like dead deer.
So
Lord have mercy.
we at school we had a communion service. No, it was a whole Holy Week service, and on Thursday night we had a Maundy Thursday service. So we had the Seder meal, and then afterwards we did communion. And you know, we're all a bunch of theology students, so we're not going to sit there and pour out the juice. We got to drink it and eat all the bread because that's the holy thing to do. And I drank so much grape juice the next morning. I was sitting on the toilet,
Oh my god!
and I started smelling grapes. I'm
Oh,
like, what is
geez.
that? Oh, my gosh, my poop smells like grapes. And then I had to text my buddy about it. I sent it to one of the administrators on accident. I texted an
That you had a-
administrator that my poop smells like grapes.
Yeah.
Probably, honestly. You're fine. It's pretty good.
Mostly all of it, yeah. Okay, well, let's get into this daggone
Yeah,
podcast.
well, what's
Quit
up,
talking
guys?
about farts.
We're podcasting now.
Yeah, I know. We're going to use all that, but it's just let's
We
get
sound
into
like a
what
bunch
we
of
came here to
secretaries.
talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, Hunter, glad to see you back, man.
glad to be back.
Yeah, man. Chad, appreciate you coming in. Ed,
Thank you.
the dragon. Serious as always.
That's right.
He looked like he looks good tonight.
Get that Michael
dude.
Jackson
Got
coat
the-
on, man.
Got the sweet coat on.
Hey, dude, that's a compliment.
That's a compliment,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
I'm a big MJ fan.
Bro. Me too.
I never did like MJ.
Well,
Why not?
not the
I just
man,
found
the
his songs
music.
annoying.
So it has nothing to do with anything else. It's just
King
that.
of pop, bro.
Dude, my wife loves Michael Jackson.
Oh, I do too.
There's a lot of people that do, man.
Like, I miss him.
I'm not the biggest fan.
I don't
Are
throw
you
no
kidding
shade
me?
at nobody for liking
I mean,
MJ.
I like if I hear his music, I'll listen to it, but like I'm not over here like, oh, let's turn some MJ on.
Dude, I'll tell you, new age Michael Jackson-esque. What's his name? Golly.
The
Just
Weeknd?
Freaking drew a blank. No.
The what?
He's pretty good. I'm
Oh
talking
my-
about short dude, curly hair. It's in a band called Silk Sonic.
Oh, Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars and
Ah.
the other guy,
Anderson .Paak.
Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
You listen to those?
That
Oh,
is
dude,
Silk
I'm a
Sonic.
huge
dude.
fan of Anderson .Paak.
No, but I'm saying Silk Sonic. Them together.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so good.
I'm a huge fan of Bruno Mars.
dude, he did
This
a
makes me want to dance.
Anderson .Paak did a NPR Tiny Desk concert, man.
Oh,
my
it's good.
favorite.
Yeah, it's really
my
good.
favorite.
He can play about any instrument.
Yeah, dude, dude, you need to watch that Tiny Desk because he plays the drums while he sings.
Yeah.
It's like, which is super hard to do.
Well, Bruno can flat get it.
Yeah, he
He
can.
can cut a rug and
You
sing.
dance like James Brown, baby.
Yeah, and it was, I don't know, like he just like reverted back to the 90s and it's just kind of stuck.
It's good, man.
It's
I like
really
it.
good.
Oh, I love his music.
My wife went and saw them out in Vegas with her aunt. Yeah,
I'd love to see him.
her aunt takes her to all kinds of like crazy concerts like that.
Dude,
Be fun.
like everybody on the radio and my wife even spoke something about it. One of her friends trying to get tickets to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, what was that all about? I saw
So-
somebody said they like marked themselves safe from like Taylor Swift tickets on Facebook.
Okay, so basically, because my wife got tickets, so I know all about this.
To Taylor Swift.
They weren't that
Yes.
high, were they? They're
No,
just
she paid
getting
like
hold of 'em.
$132 per ticket.
Shame.
Hey, say what you want, man,
Shame.
dude. It's T Swift,
Shame.
dude. It's T Swift.
T Swift.
And it's
Gross.
the Eras
T
concert, so
Swift.
she's playing like everything she's ever made.
T Swizzy.
Because she just got out of that like big record label deal with whatever that guy's name was.
Yeah, but
I'm glad she got
who
out of
cares?
No one asked.
She, I mean,
Nobody cares about her.
I don't align with a lot of her whatever that she talks about, but
That's
her
good.
music's good.
Her music's great, dude.
Hey,
You
don't
guys,
you don't
man,
have to like it,
cards are
Dragon.
being pulled right now.
it. Thank you.
You know something funny? I actually have a man card.
Do
Not
you?
anymore, you don't.
Do you?
Yeah,
Let me see it.
it's not on me.
His
Actually,
wife
it
has
may
it.
be.
Naturally.
His wife grabbed it.
Naturally, it's not on him.
His wife pulled it from him, you know.
It's got a Taylor Swift sticker on it.
Dude, I made one when I was in like 8th grade.
A man card?
Yeah.
You care to make me one?
Yeah, here it is.
Get
Let
out of
me
here.
Hey,
What
I pulled this man card. You ain't getting this back, fool.
It's
Put
pretty
it in-
cringy, dude.
Put
I
it
made
in
it when
the
I was
shatter
so young.
Picture upside down.
Is it?
Yeah. Has big muscles. Gets the ladies. Plays guitar. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Told you.
Oh my goodness.
Ain't that the dumbest
You
thing
read that,
ever?
Hunter?
Is that a legit barcode?
No.
Yeah, bro. Scan it.
I wonder if,
Like
I wonder
the
if it
fact that
actually
you
works.
went to as far as to put a freaking
It was a joke. It was a
barcode on it. No, I think it's. I
It
think
cracks me up, dude. I
That's
still
pretty
had it.
funny.
I made that when I was like in 7th or 8th grade.
why get rid of it?
Man
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
Give that to your boy.
I wonder if I mass produce some really cool looking man cards, how well they'd sell.
I guarantee you.
Probably really well.
I'm gonna do that.
New business.
Mancard.com.
CRÜZR
Yep.
man cards.
CRÜZR ain't got nothing to do with this, bro. We make saddle hunting gear
Yep.
for kilos.
Yeah, we can't.
Speaking of which, man, I know we're gonna be talking about the Bible and stuff tonight, and
Yeah.
that reminds me of Patrick Paysinger. Those dudes love the Lord and put their heart out there and serve others. Man, give God all the glory. That dude killed 2 monster bucks like within like 3 days of each other.
For real?
Yeah,
Where's he located?
he's in East Tennessee, but he's
Okay.
he's part of the dead end crew, dead end game calls. But he killed a. Oh, excuse me. He killed a
Moose.
daggum moose for East Tennessee, 180-inch gross,
Ooh.
which nets are for fish, so we won't even say the net score. And then he killed another one in Missouri last week, or no, 3 days ago, this past weekend. He killed the one in East Tennessee last night, and then the other one on Saturday. And the one in Missouri, I think, went over 170.
Goodness gracious.
I know, lucky dog.
Yeah, dude. I can't even get a spike.
You could have got one tonight.
Yeah. I could have.
But here you are.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
I,
crazy.
I was
The
going to
crew.
kill him, but
Yeah. We rattled him in with a bunch of other little guys, and
he grunted.
he came in grunting, man. That was cool. Is that the first time you ever heard a grunt in the woods?
Yeah, I actually think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was pretty cool.
It was like a bat.
Yeah.
It's exact.
I hear him all the
You
time,
know the
but I'm
one-
the one doing it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, no. Not the most successful day, but we had a good time.
I don't know, man. It seems like our area is really not. I don't know if we missed it. Did we miss it?
We didn't miss it. It's
The weather.
me and you've touched on it. It's just being. You just got to be where they're running.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to.
And we're talking
explain it.
about the rut.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, I've talked to people that's like us, and it's like, dude, I ain't seen Jack. And then I've talked to other people like, dude, it's been nonstop for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had some pretty good action. Saturday, saw $6. about 5 or 6 doe. That was the most action I've ever had in a singular day.
Like everywhere I've been hunting, it's been like basically non-existent. I mean, I've
Yeah,
seen deer, but
same.
like just a normal trickle in before dark, and nothing like rut related. I would call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been able to hunt very much because of this stupid eyeball that I've got. But
Yeah.
I mean, I've been probably 4 times in the past 5 weeks. So
Goodness.
yeah,
man.
it kind of sucks. But
I haven't got to go much at
And
all.
then-
I've been more than that, but
and then missed probably 130-inch 8-pointer last week at like 15 yards because I can't see out of my
I
right
was
eye
fixing to
very
say
well.
because of the bum eye.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
But he was not chasing does. He came out and there was like 5 minutes illegal left, and he made a scrape. And then I was hunting over a decoy, which is the first time I've ever hunted over a decoy this year.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a pretty cool experience because I had some smaller bucks come in and
So
hang
do you
out.
think
Yeah.
that the decoy did attract him?
Yeah, for
within
sure.
range?
Because like the decoy, like I'm facing my tree and I'm looking out over this small little field in this like 38 acres or whatever in my neighborhood. Like it's a urban spot, but and it's kind of like a transition corridor between 2 other blocks of timber that are probably equally about the same. And they've just put like houses on the roads, so these deer come in, and where I'm hunting is actually an old nursery, and the deer will funnel through there and go to other blocks of timber right on the other sides of the roads. But this small little field is like right in the center of the 38 acres. And anyway, the decoy was out at 25 yards, say to my 10 o'clock from the tree. And then the buck came out at about 2 o'clock. He made a scrape, 2 scrapes actually. And then he saw the decoy, and then he came around behind me to get downwind of the decoy. And I've been using some scent from
Old
Dan.
Indian tricks.
Yeah, old Indian tricks.
Cooter juice.
What's Dan's last name? I can't remember.
DeWitt.
Dan
DeWitt.
DeWitt, yes.
Yeah.
He's the man.
It's got some good
But
stuff.
yeah, his stuff is really good. And honestly, that deer got downwind of me and the decoy. Like right when he hit the downwind stream, that decoy, like, I had sprayed some of that, like some Rutten. What's his?
Rookham.
Rookham juice. And then I sprayed the
Cooter juice.
Seymour deer on him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Just to kind of give him a deer smell and like rut and buck smell. And so that buck came in and like 15 yards away, and he stood there for a good 3 minutes, and I drew back, and because my vision is like, I probably got like 50% vision in my right eye right now, and drew back, and because that's my dominant eye, I was closing it and opening it. And what I didn't see though was the tree right next to me had a grapevine like kind of
Yeah.
dipping down, but the pin and the peep were perfect on the deer's vitals, and just unfortunately that grapevine got in the way and diverted
Knocked
my
the
arrow,
arrow.
and that deer ran off and blew to the next county. So
Yeah.
haven't seen him since.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it now on 38 acres, like a small track like that. It's it's when they get spooked like that, they're not coming back for a while. So.
Maybe not.
Well, I've got a couple cameras on that property. I haven't seen them, so
Right.
Dang. Yeah, Michael missed one last week.
Buck.
Big 8. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think he said he counted him at 30 yards, and he was actually like 25.
What, did he just get tore up or what?
He wasn't even done getting
he didn't
set
have.
up.
I don't think he had enough time to range it. Is what he told
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, he
Just misguessed the yardage,
yeah. But
which happens to the best of us.
I
Yeah,
bet he
it
was
does.
I've
sick.
done that
yeah.
a bunch, but
I think that's probably one of the main reasons why I didn't take a shot at that spike we saw today. It's just because I didn't know exactly what the range was yet.
I try to keep my range as close as I possibly can.
What I normally do is I'll Like the moment I get in the
couple
tree,
bearings.
yeah, and then I'll have a really good general idea of what the yardage was. But he stepped out at a point where I didn't really know the range, and then I had already gotten the range of a different point, but he wasn't
Quite to it, yeah.
quite to it. And then by the time he like got there, he was just like staring us down.
Well, the
hard.
thing is we were both in the same tree, and I
Yeah.
was filming, and he kind of silhouetted me and kind of had us pegged.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching him through the viewfinder of the camera while Wesley was trying to grab his bow, and I was like, "Don't move."
Yeah.
Okay, grab your bow. Don't move. Grab your bow. Don't move. And then
It was pretty fun.
by the time he like quit looking at us, he walked to like 40 yards. And
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I was having a hard time getting all my stuff set up. Chad accidentally broke my gear strap, and I was like, "Well, don't worry, I got to back up." And so I had like a screw on,
That's pretty
and
smart.
I get the screw on in, and that broke. And I was like, "Don't worry, I got another backup."
yeah, he screwed the hook in, and he got it all the way almost set, and then he just like twisted it
One
off.
more.
And he showed it to me, and it was like we were laughing about it, and then I was like, "Dude, why don't you put it on the tree next to you?" And the other gear hanger he had, it wouldn't fit all the way around, so I had some paracord and kind of made him one real quick. But
Yeah, we finally got set up. It was a good time.
we were in a good spot, though. I just think,
Our wind was going back and forth.
yeah, I think we were in that, like, we were on the leeward side, so you know how a heavy wind can kind of create that vortex tunnel.
swirly.
And I think we were sitting right in that.
Mhm.
So it's kind of shifting our wind back and forth. I mean, we still had 4 deer come in, and
Yeah, literally right when we walked
Nothing-
in, we saw it was either a button buck or a doe.
yeah, nothing blew. Nothing got spooked except for seeing us, But
It was still a good hunt.
yeah, no, it was good. We
Yeah,
got some good intel
Yeah,
to go to a different spot.
yeah, yeah,
We don't need to hunt that spot for a while.
yeah.
'Cause,
Well, Hunter,
there's
how's
nothing in there.
How's your season going so far? Because we haven't gotten to talk to you about it in
I mean, it's
2 weeks.
been really slow, actually. I've been going not through the week at all, but last Saturday, it was pouring the rain. It was freaking cold.
Yeah, buddy.
I had a little buck and a doe come under me. I could have shot him 1,500 times. But, I mean, as far as that goes, I was packing a bow, but
Mm-hmm.
other than that, I ain't seen much or had much in range. Just
Yeah,
seen some does. Man, I just ain't seen no chasing.
yeah.
Well, you showed us a trail cam video a minute ago.
Yeah,
some
my dad
chasing,
sent me
but-
some videos this evening of,
Man, I really think
some bucks
like
getting with it.
I think really for our area where we're at, I think it's just starting to get good.
I think so. I talked to another guy at work, and he lives over there down towards me a little bit, and
Yeah.
he's seen a really good buck 2-3 days ago on his way home, dogging a doe pretty hard.
Yeah, well, Bobby, he's the guy that does our packing and stuff. He was telling us, like, he watches does every morning out behind his house, but he said he hasn't seen the first buck. He said this morning he saw a buck chasing the does. So,
Well, there's probably might be a doe trying to come in then.
yeah.
I hope you're right. I mean, because we get to bust out
The big dogs.
the big
Yeah,
dogs
Saturday,
this
yeah.
Saturday. I'm pumped
Yeah,
about that.
rifle
Yeah.
season finally starts, man.
This will be. I mean, I loaded my muzzleloader and I never packed it the first time.
For real.
No, I packed my bow the whole time.
I was packing both.
I'll be honest, though. I'll probably carry both into the tree.
I mean, I'll still have my bow in my truck, but I'm
I
over
know,
this.
yeah.
I'm ready to reach out and touch one. And you can kill a doe with a rifle this year. One.
You could last year, but you had to have the 094 license. But this year, you don't. Yep.
You okay? That sounded like it hurt.
I heard that.
Yeah, previous years you had to have a 094 license, but I guess TWRA nixed that. So,
That's good to know.
which is
I didn't know
good
that last
because
year.
why should we have to pay for another doe tag?
We shouldn't.
Exactly.
We pay enough anyways. You should
Oh,
be able to kill more than one.
Yeah, that's the thing I don't
Well, you
understand,
can
man.
in different units, but unit
Yeah.
B is
One.
one.
Which is better than none.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a little frustrating.
Hey, if there's
You guys
anybody out
actually
there,
buy your hunting license?
if
You definitely should, Ed.
if there's anyone out
Ed?
there listening to this in Unit L that wants to let us hunt some,
Please do.
and do some doe
Please.
patrol,
Yeah.
we'll come
That's
take
all.
care of 'em.
That's it.
Yeah.
If
I would
Kyle comes
gladly
out, we'll
come
take care of
raise
it too.
Yeah.
That's, I've honestly, we've gotten more pictures of cows than we have deer almost in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Dude, I haven't gotten any pictures of coyotes in the last
We just get videos.
like all
and
well,
pictures.
all season until the last couple of days, man. And I don't know.
They're everywhere.
I
Yeah.
had the wildest
talking about in my
coyote
neighborhood.
action. So this was early August, right
Yeah.
when my food was coming in. I sowed a bunch of greens and whatnot. And these dang coyotes, I got probably 14 in one day.
Jeez,
They're
son.
just packing through there. And there was,
It might have been the same coyote just 14 times walking back and forth in front of your camera.
it could have been, but
Yeah.
there was a group.
Oh, okay.
And I don't do drugs. So that wasn't the issue.
You weren't tripping, are you?
Well, I hadn't been hit in the head either.
Yeah.
So that wasn't an issue. Now, these things are like house dogs. They were sitting there in my plot playing. They were
Yeah.
bedded down. One of them found a beer can right in the woods.
Yeah. Just playing with it.
Yeah,
Oh,
carrying
yeah.
that thing
Yeah.
around. I'm like, what a goof.
Dude, I had one freaking pinch one off right in the middle of a mineral site.
Really?
Yeah, like video.
Pinch one off, huh?
Yeah. Because my dad was like, look at this son of a gun. I'm like, dude, we need to set some traps. I got some foot traps.
Yeah.
Dude, like,
I do too, man. I need to.
you need
But
to
there's
walk-
a trap in season. Like, you can't do it out of season, though, can you?
You can trap coyotes year round.
Can you? I didn't know that. Okay.
Coyotes, possums, and coons now.
Okay.
Bobcat and fox, you can
Yeah,
only.
season.
You
Yeah,
can only
okay.
kill one bobcat. I actually think, what's today's date?
Yeah, because legally you're supposed to carry a catch
17.
pole. That
2
way if
days
you
ago it
catch
started.
off game.
Oh, really?
Speaking of bobcat, I seen a big bobcat Saturday evening.
Mm-hmm.
Big bobcat. So it like come out.
We heard one quacking tonight, I think.
This thing come
That's a
out.
nod at you. No, but I'm dead serious. I think we heard one quacking tonight. Quack.
This thing come
You
out.
guys ever heard one quack?
Yeah, we have. Tonight we did.
Continue on.
Sorry.
Anyway, so
No, you're
got
good. You're good,
PTSD.
you've heard it. Have you heard his quacking bobcat story?
bro. I was here.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Did I tell that on the podcast?
Yeah,
Yeah,
did.
you
It was
did.
good.
I think twice.
That's great. You and Justin. But anyways, this thing come out and like, it was like, I was watching it through my binoculars and like, it come out and sat down and it was like nodding out, like going to sleep. And I'm like, dang, this thing's been up all night, tired or something. And so it walked a little further and it sat down again, like dozed off. Dude, all of a sudden it just like got up and was like freaking jumping around everywhere. And it jumped up on this log. And you know how cats will do, like they,
Scratch their little
yeah, and it was like freaking all pumped
sharpen
up.
its claws.
Yeah. Well, I lost sight of it, and about 10 minutes later, I caught something out of the corner of my eye. And I thought it was a deer that went by, and I put my binoculars on. It's that stupid bobcat. It was like jumping up trying to catch this bird and all kinds of stuff. He was going.
Just
he put
hanging
on the
out with
show,
you,
yeah.
huh?
If I'd had a camera, it would have been awesome footage.
You do have a camera. You ain't taking it
didn't.
with you?
Dude, no, it rained hardcore that morning.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But,
Was that last Saturday?
yes.
Okay.
And it, oh my gosh, I about froze to death.
Ooh,
dude.
Saturday evening, that same thing.
I
dude.
got to get some good camo, man. Bad.
Go
But,
talk to Terry, man.
Yeah.
I'll get you the hookup.
I really like that Badlands stuff in the first lot.
Well, I get a discount on first lap, but
But this thing he wasn't really long, but dude, thick. Like his belly was like, had to
Pretty
be close
big.
to dragging
thick
the
as a
ground.
country biscuit. Huh?
Yeah, dude, it was a big old thick bobcat. Wasn't real long, but that
I
thing was
saw
thick.
a bobcat during velvet just passing through. But dude, I had my first ever experience with coyotes running off deer while I was in CWD unit a couple weeks ago.
Oh, they will.
Oh, dude, I was so frustrated.
Dude, I was hunting out on Tucker Ridge one time.
Oh, that's a good place.
That's a good place. And I was set up like on the edge of a ridge, kind of down off the top a little bit. And dude, there's this doe just come booking it, hauling tail, son. I was like, oh my gosh, what in the world's going on? And then next thing I know, there's 2 coyotes right behind her, and I basically yelled, hey, like that, real loud. And it stopped right there, and I shot at it and killed it. Killed one of them anyway. Yeah. 25 yards or something. That was crazy. That was my first experience with coyotes running deer, but dude, she was hauling.
The first one I ever killed, I killed with a muzzleloader. And I killed it and shot it and reloaded. And I'm telling you, it wasn't 5 or 10 minutes. Here come a pretty decent buck out. And he got out there and I shot and killed him. I bet he didn't fall. They was 5 yards apart from each other.
That's awesome.
It was wild.
Dude, I saw it was like an Instagram video. I don't remember who it was, but they killed a buck, and they heard coyotes in the distance. And he literally said on camera, he's like, "Watch, I'm gonna walk up to this buck, and it's gonna be eaten." They walk up, and the whole back hind was just completely
that
gone.
quick.
Literally within
dude,
5
they'll
minutes.
devour it. Yeah.
5 minutes of him taking the shot.
That's the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember who it
Sounds
was. I
like
need
he
to find
needs
that
to do
video
some
again.
predator control.
Yeah,
Hit
that's
us up.
exactly what I was thinking.
I, that neighborhood property I got, I was just talking about when I finally, like that big buck, I've been chasing for a couple years, ran across the road in front of me, and dude, for 2 days, I was just like, dude, you got to go knock. You got to go knock. Finally knocked, and the guy was like, yeah, you can hunt it, but we got a lot of coyotes. If you'll kill some coyotes, that'd be great. I killed 4 coyotes that year with my bow off that property.
Daggone.
Yeah.
Telling you, man.
One of them was like a frontal, basically reverse Texas heart shot.
Brisket shot.
No, listen at 4 yards. That's how close that coyote got to me.
Yeah, I bet he didn't like that.
He had no idea I was there, dude. He's just walking right at me. I'm full draw on my knees and back, and he did a backflip and.
It's amazing to me how many of them things that there actually is, and you don't hardly see them ever.
Dude, I swear, if you kill one, it's like they multiply instantly.
Yeah.
They
You kill one and 2
practically do.
take its place.
How coyotes work is when, they
Yeah,
They
have
can
like a-
sense
know
their
how
population's
many
dropping.
are in their pack.
Yeah.
And when 1 or 2 go missing,
The females come in.
They
yeah,
breed
come
like
in,
crazy, yeah.
And then you get 6 or 8 pups to 1 female, and
Daggone.
Dude, me and my dad cornered
They
a bunch of
suck,
pups in a cemetery one time.
That sounds like the beginning of a movie. The plot line.
Yeah.
And the plot thickens.
We did the Mohican stomp on them.
Mohican stomp.
Yeah. They
That's
were little,
gruesome, dude.
little.
Golly.
Well,
Teach him
hey.
a lesson.
Yep.
Don't ever come back here, dude. I was hunting with Terry last week. We were walking into the woods, and we were probably only about 60 yards from our tree that we were trying to get in. And Terry stops and looks up, and I look up, and I just see 20 eyes. And I was just like, "What is that?" And he's like, "It's a whole pack of coyotes." He's like, "Get your gun ready." So I started freaking out. I didn't have my muzzleloader loaded or nothing. I was just sitting
What
there
are you going to
loading
do
it
with the
up.
muzzleloader?
Dude, I had no clue. I was like, I'm at least going to fire up in the air.
Smoke
we
'em
like-
out.
hang
We
on.
stood there.
Let's just pause this right here. You have 1 shot, and you're going to waste it by shooting in the air.
Dude, I didn't
At least take a trophy home.
Dude, I started freaking out. I was like, what do we do? What do we do? And he's like, did you bring a pistol or something? I was like, yeah. And so I got in I'm shaking and I'm loading the pistol up because didn't have it loaded.
Oh,
Dude.
my gosh.
Yeah, I
You
was
ever had a
so
pack
unprepared.
follow you out of the woods?
Nope.
I've had one do that.
What's up?
Yeah. Over there at the neighborhood, man.
That's eerie.
Yeah, there were so many coyotes that first year that I hunted. I mean, they came in right at last light and were howling and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'll just get down and walk out. And dude, they were like yapping and barking and like following me out of the woods, man. Yeah, and all I had was my bow. But I'm like,
it'd be
Dude,
fun.
I'm ready to Rambo some.
to bait some in and like have like a bucket full of tannerite and then get 2 or 3 of them in there.
Have you ever seen that video with the pigs?
Oh yeah, bro.
everyone's seen that video, man.
I think that's awesome. Have
Dude,
you ever played with tannerite?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, it'll muff
fun,
a toll it up.
Oh dude. Dude, just like
Have
one
you
of
seen
those
that?
little
Have you
packs.
seen the? Have you seen where they shoot like a lawnmower?
There's
a video. It's a lawnmower or a refrigerator or something, but it's online. They shoot it and they're videotaping it, and like a huge piece of metal comes flying at the people, and the dude has to duck, and it like hits a tree beside him and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
I
That's
did watch
nuts.
a video of some guys that tore down an old barn, and they set it. Of course, they like opened the doors to the barn and set it there in the middle. It was like 153 pounds or something.
Holy cow!
Oh, dude, it dropped that thing like.
I seen a video
A bad habit.
of like a single wide trailer, mobile home, 50 pounds, leveled it.
Dude, that stuff is awesome.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
not
fun.
an explosion; it's an implosion. Am I right?
I don't know how it
Now
works.
I've watched it.
It looks like it
goes-
explodes to me.
Yeah, I know that.
But like the science behind it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just know that it's cool and it's loud.
because I know it has to be a caliber bigger. Like it has to be so many feet per second.
Yeah, for it to
For it-
explode.
Make it explode.
Yeah,
They
'Cause
have
it don't-
different grades.
Oh, really? I didn't
Yeah,
know
You
that.
can get some for smaller caliber.
Because I guess technically it don't ignite.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say maybe it's
More like the percussion, like the
yeah.
yeah.
It's awesome though.
It is cool.
Dude, we used to, every Thanksgiving, we'd buy like, I don't even remember how many pounds. of
Dude, we need to
tannerite
buy
we'd
some tannerite.
Dude, we would put them in boxes and fill up the boxes with glitter and confetti. And then you shoot it and it looks
Just
like a
make
firework.
a mess in your yard and
No, we would go up to McMinnville and do it.
We
Oh,
went to
okay.
the neighbor's yard.
yeah.
Basically,
What kind of neighbors did you have?
not nice ones after that.
Say not.
But no, it was a lot of
Some
fun. We used to do that. Dude, I'll tell you what's also fun to do is find a bunch of fire extinguishers, load those bad boys up and shoot them.
Oh
You
yeah.
ever shot empty like propane cans or empty
You ever shot a
Those-
full propane? Me neither.
no.
Me neither.
Mushroom cloud.
Like you can buy little cans of helium.
Yeah.
Like you get small helium tanks. It's pretty wild. Don't
I've
get
never done
close.
that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Don't want no shrapnel.
No sir.
I sure hope the ATF ain't listening.
Or HIPAA or something. That'd suck. We do it off
I mean,
work.
tannerite's perfectly legal.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can buy it at Dunham's,
We
man.
want to keep it that way. That's why we're anyway.
It's a lot of fun.
We do enjoy it. Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
But back to predator. We need to get into some predator hunting after deer season.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm down.
I've always enjoyed it.
I want to kill some pigs.
I'll be doing a lot of crappie fishing in the spring though.
Dude,
Well,
I want
predator-
to. I
Leading
want
up to turkey.
I want a nice kayak so bad, like a
I'll sell
Hobie.
you mine.
I want a Hobie, bro.
Oh well. I'll sell you mine, then you can sell yours and get you a Hobie.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a heck of a deal. I want to. Do you like the Hobies?
I've never been in a Hobie. I've got
That one
Jackson
dude,
kayaks
remember,
right down
he
the
said he'd
road.
hook us
so-
up. The one at the Deer Expo.
Yeah, he did. He
Is it
ended up.
Island Cove or something?
I don't know. Matt and Jaron.
Yeah,
No, that were their
son and
names.
father.
Yep.
Because that was when the links.
Well,
first
he's like
come out.
he's a pro.
yeah, like
kayak
he's
angler.
legit.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people.
That's the beauty of going to these trade shows, man. You just meet so many
Yeah,
people.
man. Networking.
Get to
Dude, it
hook
is a lot
up,
of fun.
son.
Trade show's coming up, too.
Ed, you gonna be hitting some trade shows with us again next year?
Mm-hmm.
Good deal, man. Everybody, come
Gotta
get
put
you
'em in one.
put them in one, Ed.
Yeah.
Put 'em in
T-shirt.
one. Yeah.
Got to get my shirts made.
There you go.
Dude, that'd be fun. Trade show exclusives.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
You'd have some fans that way.
Come
Yeah.
and get you a Polaroid taken with the dragon.
Yeah.
We'll sign it.
How would you sign it?
I would probably just my regular signature. It's pretty fancy.
You wouldn't put dragon in it?
Oh well, yeah. Sorry, I was
That
talking
is
about-
his regular
I'm sorry.
signature.
I don't go by anything else.
Just draw a little dragon on it. That'd be
breathing
fun.
fire that says,
I need to get my sleeve done with a dragon.
there you go.
Dragon and a wizard or something.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Merlin and,
Poseidon.
yeah, whatever.
I think
just
that's
made
a
that
I
up.
think that's like a water.
I think that's two different things too.
Hey, we never clarified if it was a land dragon or water dragon.
Yeah, that's true.
That's right.
That's funny.
He's a morph. He can do whatever.
Shapeshifter.
Well, Ed, how's your season been, man? We haven't gotten to talk to you about that either.
So I went to CRÜZR a few weeks ago. Probably the wildest experience I've had in the woods.
Which explain what CRÜZR is for people that aren't listening or that are listening. It's like it's public, but it's draw only, right?
Yeah, it's draw only. Thousands upon thousands of acres.
8,000 acres, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
I think it was more than that.
No, I think it's like 8,500 acres or something like that. That's huntable.
Either way, it's
still
plenty
quite a
of
bit.
land for people
Yeah.
to spread out, and you almost never see nobody, but that's not what they do.
No, they
That's
get
not
right
what
on
they
top
do,
of each
yeah.
other.
So
It's a cluster.
I had a hunt that was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, which is back to the explanation. It's a gigundous WMA land we got here in Tennessee. It's about an hour from us.
Yeah.
Yeah, 45 minutes, yeah.
And there are a lot of really, really big deer that are killed on that place. This year, there haven't been as many giants as there was last year.
Yeah.
Last year, this boy killed one that I will die on this hill that is a mule deer.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably
But,
not a mule deer, but
No, it's a
probably
mule
looked
deer.
like a mule deer.
It did. It was. I got the picture of it somewhere. I'll show it to you
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, I want to
But
see it.
so it's a draw hunt only, so you can't just go up there and hunt like any other WMA. So I got.
There is an
drawn for
open
2
weekend, though, I think. Isn't
They
there?
have a few open weekends.
Yeah.
I think maybe 3.
Yeah. Throughout
And
the
I
season.
feel like they do open to the public turkey hunts in the spring.
Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah.
Of course, we can now kill a bear up there,
Mm-hmm.
and you can kill pigs all day long if you're there.
Bunch of pigs, yeah.
Hmm.
In fact, I think I saw on there a bear was killed this year.
That was the first one in like 70 years.
I know, it's crazy.
That's
The
wild.
First black bear killed up there this year.
It
and
was a
then-
pretty decent bear.
Yeah, it
too.
was. And then somebody killed a hog up there as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
There's a guy in Hendersonville named Gabe Hanna. He runs the CRÜZR WMA Facebook group, but
Mhm.
he's one of our customers. Cool dude. He's come down to the shop several times and sent a bunch of guys our way. But
That's pretty
yeah,
legit.
Gabe's a cool guy.
So,
But he's been posting. Sorry, he's been posting like all the photos and stuff of like all the deer that have been killed.
yeah,
So
but they've had some pretty nice ones. But from the pictures, I don't have social media. My tongue stopped working there for a minute. Good dog. So our good buddy Justin keeps me updated on all the
yeah,
the big deer scoop. So Thursday morning was a bust. And speaking of people piling on top of you, like literally 150 yards, this guy walked in on me.
Gosh.
I gotta love it.
I know. Like, you see a truck here, dude, go on.
Goodness, dude.
You got several thousand acres. He'll find a spot. But anyway, so Thursday morning, bust. Thursday evening, where they have done so much logging there in the past. And I'm just going to call the TWRA out. Y'all need to do some cleaning up on that place.
Is it
There's,
bad?
I mean, it's
Just really
pretty
thick.
clean, but where you log and you don't manage it, you get a
Mhm.
bunch of growth that is
Yeah.
super, super thick.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's deer habitat. That's why
It
they
is,
do
but
it.
you can't walk through it.
We'll go around it, daggum.
You can. But
That's going to
So-
be your bedding areas. That's where you want them.
I'm not saying it stopped me. But so we walked several hundred yards into this spot in the evening, and then we walked through all that thick crap into this gully. Perfect spot. It was clear. It was right in this gully. There was a little bit of water, plenty of acorns. And both sides of the hills were covered in that overgrowth. So
Good
we-
bedding habitat. Yeah.
And we're like, I had a time getting up in the tree. Kept dropping everything, and I finally dropped my rappel rope, which at the bottom half of my rappel rope was my pack, which had everything I needed to hang in the tree. So I got pissed. I thought, screw it, I'm sitting on the ground. And
Bow hunting, or was this a gun?
muzzleloader.
Muzzleloader, okay.
So I found this tree that is literally is almost as wide as this table is wide. It's a
Wow,
big tree, super comfortable. And
Carve out a seat or something.
already carved. It had this like big.
Somebody already did it for you.
It had this
the
big
Indians
curve.
before him did that.
Yeah, they had this big curve in it that fit my big fat back perfectly. So I just got in there, got comfy, and
Sound like a big old beech tree, maybe. Who knows?
you ain't finding no tree on the beach like this. This thing is huge.
Yeah.
But so about 2:30, this doe comes down the hill in all this thick brush, and this is so brown and so thick, you're not going to see a deer unless it's moving.
Yeah.
And so I just happened to see something move out of my peripheral, so I look over there. She was, I don't know, probably 60 yards. 5 minutes later, this spike comes through chasing her. And on CRÜZR, you have antler restrictions, which I'm all for antler restrictions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the way they are is either 4 on one side or a 15-inch spread. So you gotta take your tape measure with you before you kill them.
You got to say, hey, deer, stop. Let me measure you.
Or now, come here.
How wide you wreck?
Yeah. How wide are you? Now you go about 50 yards that way and turn sideways and smile pretty. So
Take a picture.
yeah. Smile for the camera.
Flash is loud.
And so them two chase each other around, and Justin was filming.
Yeah.
So of the group of us that hunt together, I was the only one that got drawn for that one. And so he was filming. He was up in the tree, and my goofy self sitting on the ground behind him. And so they piddle around, and we made a mock scrape. And shout out to Dan. Like, we used some of his Rookham juice on that scrape.
That's
and
good, man.
I was covered in Seymour deer.
Yeah.
I have started stanking when I walk into the woods.
Yeah.
And so I had that stuff sprayed on me, and we sprayed some Rookham on the scrape. And that little spike went over there, and he scraped it some more and hit the branch. And fortunately, we found a pretty low-hanging branch, and he just rubbed his orbital all over that.
Yeah.
And that doe, she was wound up, running all over the place. You would have thought something was chasing her, and that spike's looking at her like, "What are you doing?" You know, he's young. He's just barely young enough to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
So they meander around for a while, walk off. A couple hours later, at the top of the hill, Justin sees a few more deer, and he thought one of them, because the sun was in our eyes on this side, so all you can see really is silhouette. He thought it was a spotted pig. I thought, this is great. Got a big pig coming down the hill on me.
Yeah.
And so a couple of the does walk off, and the spike comes down the hill. Gets 6 feet away from me while I'm on the ground. And so I had to sit here and think, I am the Lorax. I speak to the trees, and the trees speak with me. So I sank way down into this tree. I'm getting as shallow as I can, which is hard for a fat guy.
Yeah.
And he was downwind of me.
Yeah.
So there's no way he couldn't have smelled me had there been any unnatural scent to the deer's nose. And he let out a few little grunts. He just burp, burp, burp. And I could hear him crunching the acorns. That's how close he was. I thought this fool was going to come right over top me and let me pet him. And I would have. Had he got close enough, I would have had to pet him.
Got a gourd
Until he
with a
kicks you in the
spike.
face.
He may have, but it would have been a cool story. How many of you guys ever got to pet a deer while you're in the woods hunting him?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
You got to think about these things, Wesley. So he ended up circling behind me, goes way around to the other side and up the hill, and I could hear him grunting. And so I get out my grunt call just for funsies, and I let out, like 3 short bursts. Called in another buck. And
Bigger one or what?
Mm-hmm. He was
Nice.
a 6 point. Which
Still
he was
not legal.
He
though,
was
right?
broadside. He would have been if he was wide enough, but he was broadside of me, so I couldn't see how wide his rack was. And so when he sees this spike, he stops dead in his tracks, and he wheezes at this spike. And the spike is giving this little sapling all kinds of heck. You can just see the top of that branch just doing like this, waving back and forth. Look like a little toddler over there, shaking that tree.
Yeah.
And then they blow at each other a couple times, and then they butt heads. So,
Dang.
yeah,
That's
I'm a
fun.
deer whisperer. I'm a closet deer whisperer. I didn't know this.
Closet deer whisperer.
So, yeah, I can speak to the deer.
It's time to come out of the closet, Ed. So
Yep. But so it didn't get to kill anything. One spike, the one that got close, he was probably as big as, maybe a little bit bigger than that one we got on the table right there.
yeah.
And the other one, he was just a little guy.
Nice.
But so didn't get to kill anything that weekend, but that made for a pretty cool story. Then seen a bobcat.
Yeah.
Which I don't have good experiences with bobcats.
Yeah.
I'm,
No, you
like, I'm
don't.
sitting on the ground, and Justin, how he seen that bobcat and all that thick brown crap. I'm like,
You guys are like the bobcat whisperers, I think.
so
I don't think you whisper to deer, man. You whisper to them.
hmm Justin and me have wild experiences when we go into the woods.
Yeah.
We call it a cougar, and that's the story we're going to tell.
Yeah.
But our first year hunting together, we had something stalk us. Had some big old. Realistically, it was probably a big dog,
Yeah.
and because we had some, I don't know, probably tinks or something on our boots, and that we seen them go. The tracks go in, and on the way out, there was fresh, and they were right over top of our prints, and they weren't there to begin with. And rumor has it there is a cougar in that area.
There
And,
ain't no daggum cougars in Tennessee.
There was too, and it stalked us. That's the story we're sticking to. But so we go back the next morning, way back in the woods. It's probably as close to a mile in the woods. We was in there deep, and like 5:30 in the morning, we're sitting on the ground. This is before we discovered saddles. Actually, I think it was before Chad opened up. But and a ridge over, we all of a sudden hear boom, 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 boom. Somebody unloaded their mag. And about an hour later, it was probably a tree had fallen down the holler and just broke. But it sounded like somebody drove their car right off the ridge.
Yeah.
Dang.
And so we were like, what the heck? We got to get out of here. There's too much crap happening.
There's some crazy stuff that happens.
And
like
then I was ambushed by that pack of coyotes and them 2 bobcats that one year. Remember that story?
that. Mm-hmm.
It was really a bunch of turkeys cackling
Yeah.
that sounded like a bunch of coyotes yapping. But so, season's been off to a rough start. That's the only time I've gotten to see anything. And
Yeah.
I was telling Chad earlier, and I'll spare you all the details, but life's hitting pretty hard for me. And so I'm probably going to pack it up for the season.
Yeah.
Might go another time or two. But so I'm probably done hunting this year.
Do you have another tag for Catoosa?
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay.
Yep.
When is that?
Today, tomorrow, and Saturday.
Oh, dang.
Mm-hmm.
You just not gonna go?
I mean, I'm here, ain't I?
Yeah, but I mean, you could go tomorrow or Saturday.
I had planned on going tomorrow, but unfortunately, one of my youth, his mother, passed away this week, so I'm gonna
Dang.
go to his funeral tomorrow.
Sorry to
Or
hear
her
that, man.
funeral. We've had a rough couple years in our youth group with a couple of the kids.
Yeah, man.
One of our youth passed away last year, and then we've had a couple go through some trauma this year.
Yeah.
So
It's tough, dude. Like this day and age with like social media and just all the junk that's out there on the internet, and just man, kids got it hard these days, dude.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, my biggest temptation growing up was the Sears catalog.
Yeah, you know.
But, you know, now these kids are exposed to
Everything, dude.
literally anything they want.
Yeah, dude.
The
whole
internet is
gambit.
Mm-hmm. My mom's a preschool teacher, and
no good.
those kids are in there cussing like sailors sometimes. You know,
And talking about
3 and
talking
4
about
year olds.
sex and
It's horrible.
it's sickening, dude.
Yeah.
But so, yeah, I'm just going to spend, you know, most of my time in the church, focus on that, and I need to take. I'm going to spend the next, you know, few months taking a few steps back, kind of recalibrating myself and regaining my focus.
Yeah, man.
So, and like it really sucks giving up hunting, but that's kind of what I felt in my spirit to do.
Yeah.
Well, you're not giving it
So,
up. You're just
no,
you're giving it
but-
up for a season.
Mm-hmm.
I
Man,
get that.
I commend you, dude. That's
It's hard to do.
I mean, it's just
really hard.
it's awesome what you're doing for
Yeah.
other people.
But yeah, I love
Especially
staying
these
in
kids,
the church.
man. They're
And there'd been a few times in the youth group. For those of you that don't know, I serve in our youth group at the church I go to and have for a couple years now. So this is what we're talking about. And Chad, Wesley, and myself, we all three go to church together at the same place.
Yep.
And like there's been several conversations, you know, the kids have come up and asked for prayer for stuff that, I mean, you can't even imagine a kid going through.
Yeah.
And they're sitting here telling me this, and I've cried harder than they have.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I'm not a crier. I'm not really all that emotional. And the older I've gotten, the more, you know, kind of emotionally settled down, I guess you could say.
the softer you get, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
In the spirit, anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But, and it's horrible
Yeah.
what these kids go
Yeah, man.
through. It's horrible what they're exposed to.
And you know what? It's like this, man. It's really the parents' fault. These parents need to be not letting their kids be on these cell phones, like on
Yeah.
these social. Like you gotta, man,
Limit it. Yeah.
wake up, guys.
Yeah.
Take care of your kids. You know what I mean?
agree. I totally
Yeah, you
agree.
kind of, to a big extent, you determine your future by how you raise your kids.
You determine their future.
You determine the future of the world.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
raise your kids how you want to see the world go.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, that is very true.
Yeah, we all know that social media is the devil. Anyway,
It really
that's
is.
where all this
The
crap
internet in
stems
general.
from. But anyway,
Well, speaking of the devil, I feel like that's a transition we could go off of. The Ed, obviously, you went to seminary school, correct?
Incorrect.
Okay, what did you do?
I went to a private Christian university. Seminary is a graduate school.
Okay.
So,
So is
But-
yours like a Bible college?
it's a private Christian university. It's not a college.
didn't you hear him the first time?
It's
That
a
gummit.
University, Hunter, not a college.
Sorry, it wasn't a.
Knock it as
What university was it?
Mid-America Christian University in Oklahoma City.
I was waiting for you to go Bible college.
Yeah, it's a Bible
there's
college in
some-
Oklahoma City.
There's some big bucks over in Oklahoma.
There
Oh, yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you hunted while you were over there, but
No, I didn't get to.
would have been an awesome opportunity. Could you quit chewing on ice
Alright,
in the
so,
microphone
yeah,
back? Damn,
ice.
son.
Yeah, I was literally about to say what it was.
Icebreaker
That's
right
funny. Yeah,
Ayo.
that's
But
funny.
yeah, that's where I went to college. Spent 4.5 years out there.
Mm-hmm.
Met some incredible people,
Yeah.
and you're right. There are some big bucks. One of my close buddies lives in like a higher end suburb.
Yeah,
Uh,
but there's some giants running around them suburbs.
and, or not a suburb. What subdivision?
Subdivision,
That's the word I was
whatever.
trying to get out.
Yeah.
This redneck is up on his roof practicing his bow, right there in the middle of a rich neighborhood.
Yeah.
That's how dedicated this guy is.
Yeah.
I give it to him. That's off
And,
to him.
But so I spent 4.5 years out there, got a degree, a multi-disc bachelor's. So I got a bachelor's in theology with an emphasis in pastoral care.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, for all the listeners who don't know, CRÜZR stands on the Lord.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, this is not just a company, but it's a company who has an emphasis on showing some light of who Jesus is.
Yeah.
And I had a question for Ed a little while back, and I'm glad I finally get to talk to him about it. But we want to talk about is hunting biblical? And it was kind of funny because I texted you and I asked you to share your notes to me, and his response to me was you're going to do your own research and then we're going to talk about it. So I want you to start off first.
Mm-hmm.
So based off of the question that I asked you, what did you find biblically of, not just about is hunting biblical, but is it a sin? Are we allowed to do this? If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
What did you find?
So,
And feel free to take your phone in if you have notes.
what I found, is hunting biblical? No,
Okay.
that's not true. I just wanted to raise some feathers.
I was about to
wanted to
say,
make some-
Ed,
I was
you're
about to
wrong.
say, we
I just
found
wanted to make some ears.
It's like,
perk.
what book were you reading, bro?
Yeah, hunting is biblical.
Yeah.
So, this mic's in the way. Can't see my tablet. So,
Your phone tablet.
mhm.
That thing's
So
ridiculous.
this comes from Genesis chapter 9. And I'm just going to read up to verse 5. And honestly, this one verse alone will kind of answer the question. And
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to get like super
In depth.
cut and dry, it really shuts down the whole argument.
Okay.
So I'll read the context and I'll give you a little backstory on what's happening here. So in this chapter, it's after the flood.
Mm-hmm.
So when Noah, his family, and all them critters hop off the boat,
Yep.
this is kind of what God and Noah are dealing with. And he says, "And God blessed Noah and his sons and said to them, Be fruitful, multiply, and fill the earth. The fear of you and the terror of you will be on every beast of the earth and on every bird of the sky, with everything that creeps on the ground and all the fish of the sea. Into your hand they are given." And here's the verse I was talking about. It's verse 3. "Everything moving that is alive shall be food for you. I give all to you as I gave the green plant." So, I kind of want to point out that where he said, "as I gave,"
Yeah.
the green plant, that's past tense. So he's referring to, back when Adam and Eve, we weren't
In the garden, right?
in the
Yeah.
garden. So, from what I've read, it doesn't really say that
They were eating
we were
meat.
supposed to be eating meat.
Yeah.
We weren't even supposed to be clothed or know that there's something else besides good.
Yeah.
The whole idea of death it's not a natural occurrence.
Yeah.
It's not
It's a
something.
fall from God.
Yeah, it's death is literally a thing of the enemy.
Yeah.
It's a consequence that we have to bear.
Yeah.
And so he says everything
That
living,
moves.
moving, and alive is for food.
Yeah.
And there were many great hunters for the Lord. Like Isaac, his two sons, Jacob and Esau. Esau was a hunter.
Yeah.
Jacob, he stayed in the house with Mama. But
He was a little.
yeah, he was the
gatherer.
But and you can find it in Jeremiah, Isaiah, obviously Genesis,
Yeah.
but a lot of the Old Testament is filled with hunting
Yeah.
Yeah.
and hunting for the Lord. And like all these big teachers, big prophets, like Moses, Noah, obviously Jacob, have people that like, hey, go hunt for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And So I mean, with that one verse, I kind of say like, yeah, hunting's biblical.
Yeah.
God told us at the reset of humanity after Noah, like, go out and kill.
Yeah. No, I agree. The well, shoot, dang, here we go. The something else I was finding, because I was trying to find like multiple different verses that talk about it, and that was the main thing when I was just like Googling things. That was what it was talking about. Was that verse in?
You didn't know all this off the top of your head?
No.
What kind
No.
of biblical
He's a
scholar are
heathen.
you?
He's a heathen.
Hey, you heathen, better get back in the church house.
He's a heathen.
But something I really enjoy Proverbs, but one of the things that it says in Proverbs 12 verse 27 is lazy people don't cook the game they catch, but the diligent make use of everything they find.
Mm-hmm.
Which obviously, that's talking, I think, a lot outside of hunting itself. But if you take that from the context of really just hunting in general, it's just like the moment going off of like, is hunting a sin? I think one of the things that is important for us is anything that we do kill, we should eat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And to take it,
I ain't gonna eat a spider when I kill it in my house, but
I mean, obviously, but
No.
but as far as like game, I think it's important for us if we're not, if you hunt to kill and only to kill, like hunting for horns, I don't think is wrong. I think the moment that you kill something and you don't eat it is when it becomes a problem, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know that I would say I've read anything that speaks against,
Yeah.
not eating what you kill. Just kind of ethically,
Yeah,
I'm not for, like, I don't condone trophy hunting.
Mhm.
Like, if you're just out there trying to get a rack and you're not going to eat the meat,
you're doing
I'm
it
just
for
going
the
to
wrong
say
reason.
you don't
I agree.
need to be hunting. That's unethical. That's my
Yeah, no, I
point.
agree.
I'm going to
Yeah.
die on that hill. So I mean, if we get hate for that, sorry, but not really. That's why it's super important to make an ethical shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a lot of deer wounded, and now let's be honest with ourselves. Adrenaline is a powerful chemical.
Yeah.
That's a powerful
And-
drug.
Yeah, and when you see a big rat coming in and you get your head and veins full
Oh
of
yeah,
adrenaline,
you'll black out. Some people
You
black
will.
out, man. I've blacked out. I'm like, what in the world?
Shoot, I was
And,
blacking out today.
So, I mean, we do have to take that into account.
That
I
was
mean,
from the Little Debbie's, Wesley. Not
Don't be hating on little Debbie. That's my girlfriend. And
oatmeal
it's-
cream pie comas,
Yeah.
so it's super, super important just from ethics. Because
man.
you are dealing with a life.
Yeah.
It may be
a
an
good
animal.
Take a
person,
life.
dude.
Yeah.
Be a
It
good
may be
person.
an animal, but it still is a living, breathing thing, and you should respect it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying give it a funeral and
Yeah,
all
no,
that
of course.
bullcrap.
No, but take a moment and realize that you've taken a life and just pay it a little bit of respect and realize what it's about to do for you. It's about
Yeah.
to feed your family.
And
Yeah.
if you don't eat the meat and all you do is trophy hunt, I'm not contradicting myself when I say this, but that's fine. But you better at least, at minimum, give the meat to somebody.
yeah, donate it.
Like,
We were
there's-
talking about that last week.
Yeah.
There's Hunters for the Hungry.
Yeah, there's hunters for the hungry. Give that meat away. Don't sit there and let that thing go. Now, there's
Man.
unfortunate situations that, you can't really avoid it. Like, you talked about earlier, that guy, I guess it was on an Instagram video or something like that. Within a few minutes, coyotes
Coyotes.
got to it. That's nature.
Yeah,
That's
but
part of it.
there's another ham on the deer. You know what I'm saying?
And,
They just ate one.
And then,
Well, I got a story from that that I really want to tell. I hunted South Dakota last year, and there were some guys that were camped across from us, and they were some shady characters to say the least. But we all were kind of hunting around the same area, right? And these guys, we kind of knew where they were hunting at. Well, anyway, one of them kills a giant buck. I mean, probably a 170, class,
Yeah.
10, 12 pointer, whatever. And he shoots it the night before, can't find it. They go out the next day and track it, and they actually find it. He actually killed it. Good for him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they come flying into the daggum campground like, a bat out of Hades.
Yeah.
And they literally, it's South Dakota at this time. It was like October 1st, opening weekend for out-of-staters. It was like 75, 80 degrees like throughout the day. And this day was no different. And they literally left that deer in the bed of the truck all day long.
Gosh.
All day long. So guarantee the cape was ruined.
Yeah.
There's no mounting it with that cape on it.
Yeah.
Meat was absolutely ruined.
It's probably green at that point.
And they just like are driving it around, like showing it off, like it's a trophy. Like,
Yeah. That's unethical.
it's terrible, dude.
But that's all it was to them.
Yeah.
Was a
it's
trophy.
exactly all it was.
Yeah.
But I hate seeing that.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think that's something that's important for us to just talk about in general. It's just the fact that us hunters have a responsibility when we take a life.
Well, also, we get so much slack from the anti-hunter group. I mean, I see I know they come out of the woodwork, man, and comment on photos and videos.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, if you don't like it, unfollow. Like quit,
Yeah, well, and I think the thing that's frustrating too is it's like I don't think people really realize that. I would say at least 95% of people who hunt to feed,
And we are the conservationists.
Yes.
In this world.
Yes.
There would be no animals, period, without hunters.
Ethical deer hunting is more ethical than how you get your commercial grade chicken and beef.
Beef, yeah. And pork.
Yeah.
Yeah, and pork.
Don't forget
I
about
agree.
the other white meat.
Yeah.
But so yeah, hunting's biblical, but common sense says you need to do it as ethically as possible.
Yeah.
Don't be making foolish shots. Don't be shooting through the brush. Don't rush.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you got to make a quick shot, but you can still make a quick shot well.
Yeah.
And if you did your best and you still miss, I mean, it's not the end of the world. If you wound one, that sucks. That's one of the misfortunes about hunting.
Yeah.
You're going to miss. You're going to wound. You're going to spook.
Especially bow hunting, man. Bow hunting's
Yeah.
a game of inches, and it is really hard to kill a deer with a bow, man.
Yeah.
So it's really important to make sure your bows, muzzleloaders, and rifles are all sighted in. Make sure you're accustomed to it, how it shoots. That way you can make the best ethical shot. And even if, like I said, if you're still hunting ethically, your stuff's sighted in, bad shots happen.
Yeah.
It's that adrenaline, man. The dump is
It's
real.
that buck fever, man.
So,
But it's I think you owe it to the animal. You owe it to yourself. Be the best you can be when you go into the woods, man. Like
I agree.
because you're wasting. If you're not, you're going in and you're wasting a lot of time,
Yeah.
right? You're just wasting time.
Yep.
You don't get time back. So
I agree.
But
Yeah. And there was something else too I was doing when I was doing some research, and I thought this was just, interesting in general. Hunting can be an idol. And I think it's important for any person who's a believer and who's not a believer as well, that the moment we idolize hunting over the Lord, it immediately becomes a sin. And it's important for us to keep that in mind, that shouldn't be our number one focus. It was pretty funny. One of the articles I was reading was talking about just like during season, do you go to church on Sunday? It like asked it as a question, like, that's something we should keep in mind when we're wake up at 6 a.m. or 3 a.m., whatever. Are we going in the woods or to spend time with the Lord? Or are we going to the woods to get a couple of trophies? What's the intentions behind it,
Yeah. Well, obviously the intention is to kill a deer, but I mean, you can take that time, to draw yourself closer to the Lord. You're out in His creation.
Yeah, and I don't think we have to be in church in order to spend time with Him.
No, but I do think it does. The Bible does say, "Don't forsake the assembling of yourselves together." And that's what church is, like
Yeah.
assembling of
I was
ourselves.
I was going to bring that up. For me, like, I may hunt 2 or 3 Sundays a year
Mm-hmm.
or a season.
well, our Sundays or our church, we don't do a Sunday evening, so I hunt Sunday evenings quite a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Well,
me too.
but
I go to a
don't
small
like- yeah.
group on Sundays.
Oh, okay.
So, like, had I not gone to a small group, I'm in the woods Sunday evening.
Yeah, of course.
But-
I agree.
I do that, one, because I just really enjoy Christian community.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
And if you are a devout Christian, you people know that it's hard to find solid Christian community.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And even a lot of people in the Christian community aren't as devout as they say they are,
Mm-hmm.
which is
You're either
a
you're either
gross thing.
hot or you're cold. If you're warm, he'll spit you out of
Lukewarm,
his
yeah.
mouth.
Yep.
But I don't hunt on Sundays because I enjoy going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then two, like Chad quoted, the Bible does say, "Do not forsake the assembling
Yeah.
of the saints." And that's the second big reason I don't hunt on Sunday mornings. Is 'cause
Yeah.
That's when I don't like going to church on Saturday nights, and fortunately our church does offer that. So I don't know. There's something about Sunday mornings I just enjoy.
Yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
a tradition.
Yeah, tradition, yeah.
So that's when I choose to take my Sabbath is on a Sunday. So that's when I go to church. That's when I spend time with my Christian community,
Yeah.
and I just don't like hunting.
Yeah,
on
I'm
Sunday mornings.
sort of the same thing. I do hunt some Sunday evenings, but I don't miss church to go hunting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the only way I'd miss church to go hunting is if, like, that big boy
Yeah.
in my neighborhood is like,
Interrupt, miss, or
he was there
something.
Saturday night and I need to get out and, like, yeah, I'm like, babe, I got to go. The
Yeah.
Lord put him there for me to go in the morning. you know?
Yeah. And there is a lot of people, as soon as deer season, turkey season, some people get goofy and like squirrel season, something, any kind of hunting season. A
tree
lot
rats.
of people like, well, boys, it's deer season. Y'all ain't gonna see me at church house till after January.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I agree.
So
Well, that's making it an idol, like Wesley said,
Yeah.
which you can do that with anything.
Yeah.
We
But it can
all
happen
have.
with us too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the thing to keep in mind.
Do
Hunter,
it.
Hunter, what do you think?
I think you are correct.
Yeah.
I've just been soaking it up.
He's
I mean,
soaking it in.
everything I've talked about, of course, I've talked about and thought of myself.
Yeah, being a
'Cause I
Christian,
don't-
it
I
makes
don't-
you.
I don't hunt on Sundays.
Yeah.
I mean, I hunt like Chad said. I'll
Yeah, in
hunt
the
some
afternoons.
Sunday evenings, but I don't hunt Sunday mornings ever because
Yeah.
we got Sunday school starts at 9 o'clock. I mean, you can't get in the woods and I'm
That ain't enough time.
and
to
I'm
get in
like
the woods,
Ed. Anyways, I enjoy being at church on Sunday morning.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big creature of habit, so I love waking up early on Sunday morning, drinking my coffee, sitting down, reading for a minute, and relaxing. I may catch some TV or something, and then I like going to church. But like I said, I'm a creature of habit, so.
But I
that's
do.
my-
When you were saying, not making an idol over the Lord. I mean, I've known people very close to me, have a lease or whatever, and they're Christians. If something happened, they lose it, or they realize that they've been putting that in front of their, Christian duties.
Yeah.
And then looking back, expressing to me, they're like, I think that's why.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah,
I was.
why he lost it, yeah.
I think that's why.
That's where he missed it,
And now he's thankful,
Yeah.
And I think we all, not just with hunting, with anything, I'm sure we've all been guilty of it. I know I have.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely have.
Not just hunting, but
Other things in too, just stuff in general.
I know. Of being a businessman in this business,
Yeah.
it's like sometimes I'm just like solely focused on it above all else, and it's
in the world that we
It's
live in
difficult,
too, it's just
It's very easy to just stray away.
it's just so ungodly. I mean,
Yeah.
it's the world would tell you to put your business in front of your relationship with the Lord.
Oh,
every
yeah,
day.
or my
You-
wife or my kids. They're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
hey, you know, I've done it. And then realize, like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, I got a family. I got a wife. I got, you know, got a heavenly Father who loves me. And, like, he's going to provide and
Yeah.
then give me all I need anyways. Why am I working so hard to, you know,
Yeah.
But
appease everyone else?
Right,
And then it's
yeah.
really, it's like, you know.
and it's really not. I don't know how else to say it. I guess it does kind of get easier as you get older,
Mm-hmm.
or not easier, but you realize the more important things.
Yeah, you just
the important thing in your life.
Yeah, I've noticed, like, I just don't care what people think about me anymore. And a lot of, like, growing up and stuff, you really pay attention to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I still do to a certain degree, and I try not to.
I don't care what anyone thinks
I know,
about me.
Nobody does, but they do.
Yeah.
You do a little bit. I don't.
As some way, some shape or form.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get that. Well, I think too, you know, with us talking about this in general of just, you know, idolizing things and how easy it is to stray away from the Lord, I think it's important that it makes it even more important for us to stay diligent in staying in the Word,
100%.
if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know, consistently, and Pastor Bobby, shout out to him, he does a great job at it, but read your Bible, you know, actually spend time with him.
It says, "Draw near to Him, and He'll draw near to you."
Exactly.
Seek first the kingdom, and all other things will be added unto you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it's true. I mean, if you indulge yourself in the Lord and in the Word,
Yeah.
I mean,
Possibilities are endless, man.
oh, I know.
Man, he'll open up your eyes to a lot of things, man.
And open doors,
He'll
man.
bless you,
Yeah.
open doors. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
It's
may
wild.
not be the doors
You want
that
them
you necessarily
Yeah.
want or the time frame.
Yeah,
or
but you
anything
know
like
what?
that,
But you know
God's
what?
timing is perfect.
that's
Yeah.
right. And you look back on it, and it's like, I didn't need what I wanted.
Yeah.
I needed what he actually gave to me.
Yeah.
You know, so
I
That's what it
totally
says.
agree with that.
He'll always give you what you need, not necessarily what
You
you
know,
think you need.
Yeah.
I feel this, you know, pretty necessary to say.
say it, Ed.
I'm going to. It is grossly easy to make a hypocrite
Mm-hmm.
of oneself. And if one is going to publicize their faith,
Mm-hmm.
and I say publicize broadly, it could be
Yeah.
in your friend group, it could be in your work community, your church community, your business platform. So one better make darn sure to practice what they preach
Yeah.
and live up to the standards and ethics that they preach, and
Yeah.
even higher.
Because we're going to be held to a higher standard.
Yeah.
I do believe.
You will be judged.
mhm. I mean,
There will be a day everyone comes.
Lord warned us about that.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
And,
I heard you know, like you got the Holy Bible app or whatever. I was watching a little thing the other day, and it said that Christians are more detrimental to the gospel than anybody,
Yeah.
they are.
or can be. You
Can
know what
be.
I'm saying? And I mean, I never really thought of that, but I've thought about that a lot, and I mean, that's very
Since you
true.
read it,
I've,
yeah.
I've made a pretty devastating hypocrite of myself in a lot of avenues.
Oh man, we
Oh,
all
I have
have.
too.
And,
I have too.
You know, because granted, when a lot of people who met me after I came back, because I fell away from the Lord after college,
Mm-hmm.
that's when I did all my wild days. You know, I fell off, did and became all that I swore I would never do and be.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I still, you know, preached the gospel, you know, not on a stage or nothing, but just in my daily living. And it is utterly embarrassing when you preach one message or the other, and then you look back and like, I don't live this.
Yeah.
And when you do that to a non-Christian, I mean, that is absolutely foolish. And I've done that a lot.
Yeah.
And that is horrible. And I've had to do a lot of healing from that in my own life.
You know what, though, Ed?
Mm-hmm.
The moment you ask for forgiveness,
You
done, man.
You take
Lord
the
is
step
very-
forward.
Lord is very quick to forgive.
that's right.
He's graceful.
And, so, I say it's important to make sure you practice what you preach.
Yeah.
100%.
For me personally, how I choose to do that is like, I'm trying to cut out all the junk. That's why I'm stepping back from
Cut
hunting
the
this
fat
year.
off, brother.
Yeah.
I don't want to be out there, cussing like a sailor and out there acting a fool, telling dirty jokes or whatever. Am I still guilty of telling a poor joke here and there? Sure. I don't like cussing to begin with, so it's easy for me not to do.
Sure.
But because at this season of our world, how you live your life is going to be crucial.
It's important, man.
Yeah.
And what you do now, this is a pretty loaded statement I'm making right now. But what you do or what you say could make or break the Christian faith for somebody.
You may be the only Bible someone ever reads.
And that's true.
Yeah, you may
So-
be yeah, exactly.
So, I say this challenge not just to myself, but to all of us since we've broadcasted our faith,
Yeah.
is make sure we're living up to what we're preaching.
Amen, brother.
So, be the same away from the mic as you are on the mic.
Yeah. Heck yeah, dude. Well, cool, man. Was there anything else anybody wants to say?
I'll say this, man. If you ever need anyone to pray for you, if you ever need prayer at all, reach out to one of us, man. Like
Yeah.
we're call the shop. We'll get you hooked up with somebody if you got questions about God or the Bible or anything. That we'd love to talk to you about it and help
Yeah.
you out
Send us an email.
or set you in the right direction.
That's right. Servants, not lords.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't have social media or any of that bull crap.
No, but I
So,
got Ed's phone number.
If you do need me for whatever reason, Ed/Dragon, all these boys got my number. They'll set you up with me if you need something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, cool, man. Well, Ed, appreciate you being on the podcast, man.
My
Chad,
pleasure.
you as well. Hunter, it's a pleasure as always, man.
Oh, my pleasure, my brother.
Heck yeah, man. Well, everybody, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Cut.